We still got a lot to do today.
Food oriented.
I sat down, tail goes, like get it, like no. Am I crazy when I say this stuff? I feel like sometimes I'm like with owners, I'm like, am I normal to sit down and not want a dog to just go, wah, and tail go and like be in your lap? Like it seems like a bit much to me. It just does to me, and I don't know. I know people want that at times. I don't know if people should want that. A young dog learning to hold himself back when not given any cues is an extremely important thing to teach them. In this video, you're going to see me slow down all my methods where I'm going to train this white dog to hold himself back. Look at that fly through the door. This is my first sign of the impulsivity of this dog. You're going to see every single one of, or almost all of my methods in a crude kind of fashion. These guys did 2 sessions over 2 days. That's not a lot of time. That's an hour to train this guy to hold himself back when he sees dogs, when his whole life he has just lost his mind when he sees dogs, lost his mind when he sees people, and he's actually a pretty good, well-trained, quote-unquote, well-trained dog. He does a good sit. They have done a good job with him, but he is super impulsive, super strong, and he just kind of runs the show. And they don't know what to do, just like a lot of people don't know what to do with a dog like this, because the dog's very difficult, and you're going to see all my methods in action. If you want to learn about all my methods in depth and become a high-level dog trainer, we're a professional dog trainer. We're offering the Beckman Coaching Program. Email beckmanventures@gmail.com. Tell me why you want to be a part of the program, and I'll get back to you. So you can see the treat focus right here, but it's discipline time. His eyes don't even come off the treats. I'm just getting the treats. He rears up. He can't hold himself back. And that's what you got to understand about these impulsive dogs. They can't hold themselves back. No owner knows what to do when the dog literally doesn't know how to hold himself back. And so people go, oh, I need basic obedience, which involves treats. But treats isn't what's needed, actually. I mean, you're going to see me try the treat thing in a minute. But treats are not as effective as people think, because you're marking a singular moment in time. So, okay, treat him right there, which I did. Now let's see if it really helps, okay? When the distractions come out, let's see if it really helps. You need to treat calmness. So if there's never calmness, you're treating a moment in time, but you're actually not treating the state of mind. You're just treating this moment when their body is in a position. And then Prince is on the deck and he goes, now more discipline. Okay, we're over it. He said, oh, a dog, and his brain told him, and it barely works. But you're going to see it work right there a little bit. Watch this in slow motion. Okay, so he's focused on treats. He says, I did a sit, or he says, your hand went in the treat bag, which I'm putting the treat bag. Then he goes, where's my treat? Looks at that hand. Then he looks at the other hand, and he goes, well, there's no treat. Where's the treat in that hand? No, there's no treats. We're done with the treats. You don't get treats for everything. That's not life. There's no situation in your life where you reinforce something for every small behavior. Then there's the hold back in him. Because of that kind of hardcore, you don't just get to fly to the dog that's 10 feet away from you. That correction and that turn and that discipline, you saw the hold back in him that is very hard to get in this particular dog. Then he gets to meet Prince because he walked up calmly. This is, for lack of a better term, a battle that needs to be fought with this guy, and you're going to see me do it all day with this dog. Over 2 sessions, it's like he loses his mind. He goes, yeah, but there's a thing, and when I see that thing, I bark, I pull, I lose it. And I sometimes do sits and stays now, but we're over asking things and we're over treating. And he goes, I want to get petted. I'm going to put my head under, and I go, no. Now, do I really? Now watch his little franticness right there. You see that little frantic head movement? He was looking at my hand for treats, and also the grab and the pushback did nothing to him. Now here's some original audio. I grabbed him. I pushed him back. He was like, yay! Yeah, and then I sat him down, and the tail did not stop, I don't think, for a second of being life's a big game. Yeah. And you guys might want that. We want joy and happiness out of a dog, but we actually don't. Doorways are possibly the single best way to over and over and over again teach a dog to hold itself back when it wants to go somewhere. So this is similar to on leash seeing a dog. You can help. He ran into my knee. He ran hard into my knee and it hurt. Here's some original audio.
I care about this guy starting to learn that that not every opening is a fly-through moment. That his brain's got to come up and look at the human who's at the opening occasionally for a half a second, more than just there's my spot and like get through it. And I'm not saying he does this at home at a door, but like this. Now my knee hurts, and here's why it hurts, because I blocked him fully. And you literally are seeing the best dog that you've seen, the best dog that you've seen since you've been there, because I put myself in the way. He ran into my leg. I just put my knee there. Okay, or don't. I don't care, but.
A dog barking and pulling when it's being tied out is in no way abnormal. He's frustrated, he's being held back, all those things. But in conjunction with everything else, it paints a picture of a guy who just says, I am going to get to where I want to go. Now you're going to see my butt touch method. This is crude, but I'm the disciplinarian. He's saying, I want to get there, so I'm going to get there. I want the little dog to be this close. And I want the lab to, for the first time ever, pull as hard as he can and not get to the dog. He is learning that he never gets to the dog. And he wants it so bad. He wants it so bad. And he says, every other dog that I'm this close to, I meet. And I say, yeah, for your whole life, not due to these owners doing anything wrong, you have met every single dog. But those days are over. A dog should not meet every single dog. Now, sitting down, and I'm like, no, you can't just get in my lap. What about when guests come over? You think guests want this energy in their lap, this franticness? They could get hit in the head by his head. Look at the tail go. I say down, or he lies down, tail's going. Everything's a big game. But it's not a big game, right? We have to butt touch right there, butt touch right there. The butt touch method is to take power away. That is what it is. What are the other options? We lure away with a treat. We give a correction. Some dogs, and then he sees the dog. I think we're bringing Prince out at this point, and I say, we create threshold. Now and then I know, a little calmer. That walk into move, which I didn't even walk into him. And then he says, yeah, but a bush with pee on it. I'm going to go to the bush with pee on it. Yeah, but you're on a leash. You got to train. You should train that this leash means something. Okay? He goes, I want to smell the pee in the bushes. And then he doesn't get there. He says, I want to meet that little dog. Then he doesn't get there. He says, I want to sit here as you're walking. And I say, well, I'm walking.
Sit.
Not every dog needs this, but some dogs need this. Okay? So now we're going to original audio.
You guys have trained with treats a lot. This guy sits, and then he looks at my hands, and his tail wags, and he's like, where's the treat?
Nothing but food he wants.
Well, actually,
It's too much.
yeah.
It's too much.
I've tried to get away from treats like the last couple months because I knew I didn't want to be always treating them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we got to get away from treats, and we got to get to like impulse control and some level of everything. Life is a big game, and it shouldn't be. Like, we're not going to fix these impulse control issues when he has no understand. He doesn't look at me at any point. I don't have a relationship with him, but I don't think if you had the leash, I don't think he would. I saw him pull really hard. Where did we see it?
In here.
Right there. I mean, we need him. That was good. He's now going like corner of his eye. Where's that guy? But we're done like asking with treats. We're done. There's restrictions in life. And when you have a leash on you, you might want to keep an eye on the person at the other end of the leash. Like, he's a sensitive dog. He is the opposite of a sensitive dog. He's just like, he's very physically strong. Now we have a dog from 6 corrections and some movement that is wondering, where the guy at the other end of the leash is, because it's not terribly comfortable to, and I think this method is lost on people in a way, but all I'm trying to do is have him like respect this thing. Like this thing means something. And we can't get like him just insanely pulling at the end when a dog comes up if we can't get him not insanely pulling when a human has it.
Reno actually broke a harness once
Pulling.
after a dog. Luckily, nothing happened when he got to
Yeah.
it, but the harness broke. That's how scary it was.
And just the exuberance to see a dog is normal, like his happiness. So it's good, but we still want him to not do whatever he wants to do in life. And he'll sit when you ask him to sit. But how about like some other things? How about just a general, I care where these humans are at. I'm not in my own world all the time. Good boy, yes, that's a good boy. That's the best boy. That's the best boy. No, you don't get any treats. You get no treats.
If you want to give reinforcement, and you should, it should be verbal reinforcement. Just good boys, good boys. Treats are not the answer to this. There's a moment in time that you're marking a specific body position. There is unfortunately no moments, and I'm like, get out of my lap. There are unfortunately no moments where I can mark him being actually calm. So you can't just put your head in anybody's lap that you want to because you feel like it. This is a holistic approach to calming a dog and training impulse control. Now you're going to see another method, and a bark and a freak out and a butt touch, and you're going to see this in slow motion in a minute. And we're going to keep doing it as long as he wants to flip his body and look at the dog. Is this crude? Yes, it's crude. The beautiful way does not exist in a short period of time. So I'm creating distance, right? The stimulus is too close, so we're creating distance. Then we have to get his body flipped because there is no way to get his body from looking at the dog to looking at me without treats. And I've already said that treats are not the answer to this guy. It has been tried and it has not worked, okay? A prong collar may be the answer to this guy. I don't use them because I don't want to use them because there's a very small percentage of the time that they work better than my method. Now, so I'm not doing it. Now, he looked at me for 2 seconds. That bought him a ticket, positive reinforcement. That bought him a ticket back to the stimulus.
2 steps closer,
and then
please.
if he does it again, and I'm watching him, I'm not even looking at the dog. I'm saying, Prince, come closer, come
2 steps closer, please.
Then, hold back in him, but I don't like the mindset. I'm correcting the mindset. A freak out was about to happen. I know it. You know it. We both know it. And he's still not ready. Oh, now a little bit looking at Joel. Oh, just a glance back at the dog. Isn't that different than what we saw a little bit earlier? And now he gets to approach Prince. This is crude. It's not pretty. Life's not pretty all the time. You can't operantly, constantly train something. What are you doing? Just sitting there? No idea where I am? You got to know where the guy on the other end of the leash is. Oh, now walking away, checking in. Oh, and then we have beautifulness. Where's Joel? All we care about, where's the owner? Where's the person? Now to original audio.
This is an 8-foot leash. My arm's 2 feet. He does not know, he does not care where I am in any way, but he needs to care. But I'm also I don't want to get 10 feet back and then go, come to me to a treat. Like, it's the opposite of discipline. You're reinforcing the stare if you do that. I mean, there's only so many ways to do this. This being a complete and total disregard for the person and a complete and total focus on the dog and a complete and total independence and literally not caring about what a human says or he's just this impulsive dude. Prince hasn't done anything to him. Prince has been perfect. And Prince isn't perfect all the time. We saw it yesterday. He's been perfect. And this guy is like, I don't care what you want. He does not give a rat's behind about anything but meaning. He's obsessed with meaning. He's a bold dude, and it's a hard thing. It is a tough thing, and I think you guys have sort of learned to live with it and gone, well, he's good-natured, and if he just meets the dog, he'll be good. But he can't meet every dog, nor should he be able to. Even if he doesn't meet him, he's gotta calm his little butt down, which is hard. He is not a calm dog. He is an excitable dog. He is a bold dog. He is a strong dog. He's all those things.
These owners have done a good job of operantly training this dog behaviors, but it's next level stuff to train a dog to think for itself and hold itself back when its brain tells them, go get that thing, go run through that gate, go smell that smell, go meet that dog. It's next level stuff to use the environment that you're in, the doorways, you sitting down, your dog on a leash, to use those things to train your dog to hold himself back so that then your dog can transfer the hold back to different situations in life. And what you have to do is you essentially, you don't want to tell the dog to do something before the hold back moment. So don't do a sit stay at a gate. Don't talk to your dog when it's walking down the street. You basically let the dog do the wrong thing. Then you give a correction, then possibly give reinforcement for the response to that correction. And that's how you're going to train your dog to think before it does something. And there are so many dogs like this dog out in the world, and nobody knows what to do with them because we have been told to operantly train using positive reinforcement. But you're doing a different thing than what society has told you to do. You're training the dog to think for itself, and that is a completely different set of circumstances, set of skills that you need to learn. So you're going to do everyday life stuff. Do not give a cue, then have the consequence ready when the dog does the wrong thing. And it needs to be fair. You can't put them in a position to where they're at a 10 and you're correcting them. That's why everything started far away in this session. And even when I would give the correction, I would then create distance. Okay, extend that threshold farther away and go, okay, can you look at me here? Okay, great. Let's go 2 feet forward. Sometimes it's 6 inches forward, or bring the stimulus closer. Oh, okay, you can't hand yourself here. We need to go back. And then we're going to inch forward. So essentially, they only get the reinforcement when they do the correct behavior. But the reinforcement is not treats. The reinforcement is smelling that pee, getting released out of the door, or meeting that dog. This can be difficult, but it's something that has to happen. Like, you have to do it. Or the dog is simply getting rehearsed every single time it's getting to the thing it wants to get to by doing the behaviors that it wants to do and you don't want it to do. Pulling, flying, jumping, head in crotch. Okay, it's getting there. It's getting there. It's getting the reinforcement. So you have to set them up and then with the stimulus and then correct those behaviors. You've seen me you saw the corrections, you saw that me sitting down, you saw me grabbing the dog, you saw me doing the butt flip, you saw a lot of things. Okay, so hopefully that video can help you. This dog is 2 years old with kind of an impulsive, good-natured, impulsive dog with owners who are doing the very best that they can with a difficult dog. Like, subscribe, and comment.
Look at his muscles.